This is the second part of our tutorial video on how to create or build a responsive website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. So this is where we stop in part 1. Here in second part, maglalagay na tayo ng CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap para mas maging maganda ang ating responsive website. Para kumpletuhin ang demonstration para sa ating responsive website, we have our guest lecturer again, Miss Judy May Bola. Miss Judy May, are you ready? Take it away!
Yan. Nahati na siya sa anim. Nahati na sa anim ang ating page. Diba? As you can see. Now, magiging maayos naman yan since we're going to style it with our CSS. But before we style it with CSS, let me just remind you that if you're using Bootstrap and you're going to style it with CSS, you really need to be careful kasi ang Bootstrap may mga embedded style na siya, and minsan mas sinusunod ng Bootstrap yung style niya kaysa sa style na ilalagay mo sa CSS. So it is important na kunyari, just like MY5, if you give MY5 if you give MY5 class sa isang div, ang susundin niyang margin is yung MY5 and hindi yung margin na gagamitin mo sa CSS. So we really need to be careful when using CSS and styling it. So H4 is the title of our page, diba? Font family natin, let's use Montserrat since ayun yung dinownload natin from Google Apis kanina or Google Fonts. Sorry. After that is we need to add font weight. Font weight, it is for the kung gaano kakapal yung ating mga fonts. Then color is for kung anong color yung text mo, kung anong color gusto mo yung text mo. Let's use 4630 1F since it is from the color palette that we have created. Category naman ang style natin. Let's use the background. Oh, sorry. Let's use background color. Ang ating background color is FCDAAC since ayan din yung nasa aming color palette. The height per category, let's use 400 px, and then for the width, let's use 330 px, and then I think we need to also add box shadow 0, 15, 45 px. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add px here. And then the color of the shadow will be RBA 0, 0. Oh, I forgot RBA, not RB. Not RB, RGBA, not RGB. Ayan. So, let's check what happened sa ating web page. So as you can see, karoon na ng, oh, what's the problem here? So as you can see, ayan ang kinalabasan ng pag-style natin sa CSS. And another tip pala na gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, if bago pa lang kayo sa pag-CSS, you can explore the inspect picture ng ating Google. Pwedeng dito nyo na mismo siya, dito kayo mag-code, or just like this one, mag-add kayo dyan ng CSS para kung may gusto kayong adjustment and you're not sure yet if tama ba yung gagawin nyo, you can use that inspect para hindi kayo nanghuhula kung if tama ba yung gagawin ko, ganyan. And mag-delete kayo na mag-delete sa inyong CSS. So let's continue. Let's style the container that category before so content, let's set it to null, since this one is para dun sa effect na parang mag-hover siya pataas, parang nag-change color pataas, di ba? Wait, I'm going to show it to you guys. This one, as you can see, parang may nag-hover, parang may nag-change siya ng color pataas, no? So that was what we are aiming to do here. Ayan yung ini-aim natin na gawin. Let's go back to our HTML or CSS file. Since ayan, content, position natin, it should be absolute because there should be a transition na umaangat siya. And then left, let's make it 15px. And then width, i-same natin siya dun sa width natin ng category. And then height, same then for 50px. And then for the background, syempre dapat iba siya dun sa background natin. So let's create F7C88 A. Then transform scale y 0. So, scale y para kasi diba yung effect natin dun is pataas. So, we need to create a transform scale y. And then, let's have transform origin top para galing siya sa top. And transition, let's also add transition. Transition natin is transform 0.5 seconds. And then margin, let's say the margin should be the margin to the for top and bottom should be 0, and for the left and right it should be auto. And then let's save and let's check our page. So I guess there is, I guess there is slight problem or may problem sa ating web. So there is hindi natin siya nakikita, but let's continue with this CSS. Let's continue with our CSS. So let's cut our container category, hover, and before. Ito yung mangyayari sa before or dito. Dito. And then let's create transform scale y of 1, and then transform origin nya is bottom, and then transition should be transform 0.5 seconds. And let's create what will happen if we hover. So as you can see, if we're going to hover, makikita na natin yung create nating category. And then so it's okay na hindi pa masyadong nakaayos siya because we're still going to create some container category hover each one. So ito naman yung mangyayari sa mga category number natin. So the opacity should be 1 if we hover over our over the number, and the color should be E3 8943, and transform niya is translate y negative 30 px, and then the font family Montserrat sans serif. So let's see what happened. I don't know. As you can see, the 03 or the category number is umaangat siya. And then after that, let's style the category, or sorry, that container, that category h3. The position should be relative, and then C index natin should be 2 kasi 'di ba makikita nyo natatakpan pag kinover natin, natatakpan yung yung fulcrum and the description. So we're going to use C index para mas umangat siya doon sa ating before, category before. And then the transition will be 0.5 seconds. Font family is also Montserrat. Sans serif. And then font size natin, I'll make it 2em, sorry. 2em. Then color would be 8b for a 8b for 8b for A2A. That will be our color, the color of the text. And let's save it. As you can see, yung ating fulcrum is hindi na natatakpan. Hindi na siya natatakpan, di ba? So, since ang ating description is natatakpan pa, we're going to style it also. Let's add that category, that container, baliktad, that container, that category, category P. Sorry, I make a lot of mistake here. And position will be relative. The Z index will also be 2. The transition will be 0.5 seconds. And then font family natin, of course, our ever favorite Montserrat sans serif. And then color, of course, kailangan hindi natin makakalimutan ang ating color. 8 for A2A, 8B for A2A. As you can see, ang ating description and title ay nasa taas na. And then after that, So, after that, ang sunod naman natin i-style is yung container. Yung H6 and the mga list. Yung mga list natin. That category H6. You can use comma if gusto nyo mag-apply sa H6 and L1. So, let's create here padding 0, position position would be relative, and then z index let's make it 2, and then transition nya is 0.5 seconds. Tapos, our font family, guess what? Montserrat. Sans serif. And then, font size would be 1 rem. Oh, sorry. I forgot to. Then, font weight, let's make it 600 para medyo makapal siya. And then color. The color would be 8B for A to A. Let's check. So, as you can see, nag-apply na siya dito sa ating LI. And yung ginamitan natin ng H6, this one, the a la carte, the cat bat, and brush, then the full body lion cat. Ayun yung mga ginamitan natin kanina ng H6. And then after that, we're going to create, since yung sa add-ons, 'di ba, parang naiiba yung ating yung ating style. So let's create a style for the add-ons category that call 8. So, makikita nyo dito, gumamit ako, parang hierarchical yung pag ko ng mga, or yung pag i-style, or pagtawag ko dun sa i-style ko, since I really want to be careful when I am styling sa CSS, kasi pag isang or basta mo na lang tinawag yung LI, mahihirapan ka kasi nga baka mamaya LI ng others, hindi LI ng add-ons yung matawag mo or yung ma-style mo. The index should be 2, then transition should be 0.5. Second, font family, the Montserrat. Let's use Montserrat. Let's use Montserrat for the font family. Sans serif. And then font size, font size will be 12px, and then font weight would be 600, and then color natin, let's make it, or sorry, let's yung 8B to A for A. And then let's check if nag-iba nga ba dito sa add-ons natin. So, sa add-ons, makikita nyo dito, yung LI niya is lumiit. Diba? So, after that, let's go back to our CSS. Go back to our CSS, and then let's style the prices, not prices, or price, sorry, that is price, not prices. Then the font weight, kailangan makita, no, kailangan ma-emphasize natin na ganun yung price ng ating mga services. Kaya, we need to create a slight weight or add up slight weight sa ating mga prices. So, ngayon, yung sa cuts naman ang i-style natin. So, dito, makikita nyo, ang dami kong ginamit na comma. Kasi, this style, gusto kong ma-apply siya sa LI, sa H6, sa price, and sa add-ons LI. Add-ons list. Gusto ko ma-apply siya doon sa mga yon. So, kasi gusto ko hindi muna sila makita. So, ayan. Makikita nyo, nawala yung mga prices, yung ating prices, and other infos. So, let's go back sa ating CSS. Ngayon, papalabasin natin siya pag hinover. Category hover yung sa column LI 8 or sorry, column over LI comma that cat, sorry, let's ano na lang, since masyadong mahaba pag igagano natin, kung pagsasama-samahin natin. It should be 1 pag hinover. Category hover, then apply natin siya sa cat H6, then opacity na is 1, should be 1, and category hover should be the price, should the opacity dapat S1 para makita, and then category hover LI, the opacity should also be 1. So, let's save it and tignan natin kung ano nangyari sa ating page. As you can see, pag hino-hover natin siya, lumalabas na yung mga details natin. But this one, hindi siya lumalabas. So, I think there are some so after none, so ayan, makikita natin na parang may mali pa din. May mali pa din sa ating page or dito. You're going to see yung ating number is hindi pa naka-style. So, let's style it. We forgot to style it kanina. I just style the hover. So, we can see that one is oh, sorry. That one is here. So, ilalagay natin yung style niya sa before mag-hover. So, let's style that one. That category. And then each one. So, position niya. The position, we want it to be absolute. And then top should be 50px, I guess. Oh, sorry. px. And then the left should be 40px. I think okay na yung 40px. Then font size is 4em. Font weight will be 700. The Z index, we want it to be number 1. Then the opacity should be 0.2 kasi dun sa example natin parang hindi siya ganun kakita, di ba? And then the color, sorry, I forgot. The color, this one will be the color. And then the transition, ano nga ba ang ating transition? 0.5 seconds. And the font family, guess what? It's Montserrat. It is Montserrat sans serif. So let's check. Oh, but you can see that we still have a problem going on. We still have a problem going on here kasi parang nawala yung sizes, and parang medyo angat to or medyo nakababa. So this one, this inspect will be very useful. Bakit nga ba nakaangat? It is because meron tayong mga contents dito. Oh, the list, I think the list and the column. I think this one, the row, the div class row sa ating mga category ang may problema. So, let's check sa ating HTML. Bakit naging problema iyon? So, this one is the problem. I think this one should be inside this category. It should be inside the category. So, since let's check if this should be inside the category. Let's check. So, ayun, dito ang inano natin is yun sa full groom, di ba? Oh, sa basic bat wala, sa basic groom wala. Sa full groom meron na. So now I have already edited my grooming HTML. The problem was in here. I put it outside my category column, and that is the reason why hindi siya visible sa atin pag hino-hover yung ating mga categories. But the other problem is this one. There's slight gap, so I think it will be sa ating CSS. Then I think it is here sa hover before. Let's create bottom 0px para pumantay siya. So now, as you can see, it is already corrected. Now the final product will be this one. Be this one. So, ito na ang ating in style. We have created it with HTML, CSS. So, we don't use JavaScript pala, but we use the JavaScript of Bootstrap to make it possible. Yan. So, diba, madali lang pag gumamit tayo ng Bootstrap. And then, because the navbar was already discussed, I'm going to add the navbar here. I will just add the navbar and footer para makita nyo. So here, I already added the navbar and the footer to our website, and then also the style of the navbar, CSS, nilagay ko na din siya in the footer. Now, let's check what is the output. So this is the output of our code. Yeah. So thank you. I hope you enjoy and learn new skill or new knowledge about CSS and HTML and also Bootstrap.
Thank you very much, Miss Judy May. So we are done. Kung marami kang natutunan sa video na to, baka naman pwedeng pa-click ng like button at kung bago ka lang sa aking channel, baka naman pwedeng pa-subscribe na rin at idamay mo na ang notification bell button para lagi kang updated sa susunod ko pang mga tutorial videos. Thank you for watching!